times data structure algorithm. How many of you are clear with this thing? Ki what is actually DSA? Data structure and algorithm. But my question is, what is data structure and algorithm? Do you know this? Because we have used this term many times. And okay, problem solving, logical thinking. But why they have given this kind of a name? Data structure. Okay, algorithm use structure way. ठीक है. Any other explanation? To build logical thinking skill. Okay. ठीक है. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and then let's start. Let's understand this. Okay. So guys, this is the session for like introduction to data structure and algorithm. And let's try to understand what is actually data structure. Okay, so now if I talk about in a real world, okay, generally in real world, we used to deal with data. Okay, when you are using your WhatsApp, what you are doing, you're generating your data. When you're going on Facebook, what you are doing, you're generating your data. I'm taking the Zoom session. What is happening? I'm generating this data because the session is actually recorded. On LMS, what is happening? All the this month thing, like you know that like all the sessions, where you able to find your sessions on LMS. Okay, so what you're doing, you are generating the data. So the live is all around this thing. Ki basically data is actually getting generated. Now, अब हम इस data को करें क्या? Basically, since this data is getting generated, what is the main challenge? What is the main challenge basically which we need to do? So when I'm talking about the data, so there are two things which we need to do when this data is getting generated. The first thing is storing it. Okay, we need to store it somewhere. The second thing is like when we have stored it, so now the second thing is analysis. We need to do some analysis on that data, because you know that when you're generating, when you're using WhatsApp, so WhatsApp is actually storing it somewhere. I don't know like where it is storing, but it is storing it somewhere. Even when you are using LMS, whenever we are creating lectures for you, we are storing it somewhere. We have created something where we are storing this data. So whatever location, whatever thing which we are doing to store that data, we actually use data structure. So when we talk about in terms of data, and whenever we are storing it, so for storing, we talk about data structure. Now for analysis, so it's something like what is the point of storing this data? Okay, we also need to do something on it. Na? It's something like if we keep on storing it, so then what is the point of it? So at the end, we need to do some kind of analysis on this thing. So that is known as algorithm. So data structure is to store the data, but when I'm talking about algorithm is something like doing the analysis. Now here you can see that it is just to store the data, because for that we need data structure, and to analyze the data we need algorithm. Okay. Now let's try to understand what is a data structure. Okay. And I'll try to give you very simple examples to explain you like why data structure actually matter. So let's start with the first example. Okay, let's start with the example of mummy ke masale ke dabbe. Okay, like you know that like if you go to in your kitchen and then you will find that like, I think you have I think you're familiar with different kitchens. Okay, you might have went to your friend's home and you have seen that how the masala jar is organized there. So basically you have seen that like in one kitchen you find that this is the way how the masalas are actually get stored. Okay, there is also haldi powder, masala, like everything is actually there. Now, suppose when your mom want to cook food, so what she will do? She will put something, and suppose at some point she wants something, she want haldi. Okay, so what she will do? She will try to search in this masala jar where that jar is. So she will open the drawer and then she will keep it out. So every time when she will be needing a masala, so she is again coming to the shelf and again searching and all this kind of a thing. But can you see that the way this thing is arranged, it is very like time consuming to search the particular masala jar because there are a lot of, okay, and mom actually use this way of storage. So it is the, if you can say that like that family actually chosen this way of storing the masala jar. Now what if there are like 40 50 masala? Okay, I think if you go to Rajasthan, I don't know, might be they have a lot of masalas because I think that is very famous for masala thing. So you will find that like there are and right now the count is I think around 15. There you will find like 20 25. Now in this case, what is happening every time when the mom is coming and she's actually searching for it, it is very time consuming. Okay, the way we store things, it actually matters. Now if I just show you the second example, now what comes, now mom comes with the optimized solution. Now you can say that this is also the another way of storing, but how fast it is. Okay, if you compare this with this, that means what it means, वो ये हमें क्या बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है, what it is trying to explain is that the way you are storing things, it actually matters. Okay, the way you are storing things, it actually matters. And if you store things in an optimized way according to your need, it's not like this method will works in every method, in every like in every situation. It's just that in kitchen situation this method will work. Okay, and the way of storing this will is very time consuming, but if you come to this one, this model, this way of data structuring, you can say that like will work very better because now mom don't need to think in a lot of boxes and she directly open this one box and she will find it. I think you will also find this thing in your home. Okay, that means your mom knows data structure better than you. So basically, that is the first example. Now, coming to the second example, when you're coming to the big bazaar, you know that in the beginning or in the entry point, you can carry any of these, like you can say that trolley or these bag kind of thing. So it totally depends upon your requirement. Okay, suppose you want to buy 5 things, then your mind knows what size of, you can say, the bucket I need. Okay, if you know that I want to buy 50 things, then you know that I will be needing a trolley. Okay, if you suppose you want to buy 200 things, you might have this thought in your mind, okay, I need a truck. So basically the point here is ki how your mind is actually doing this deciding thing. It totally depends upon the things which you are buying. Okay, and accordingly you are choosing the data structure. Now how foolish it will be if suppose you are thinking, suppose you want to buy only one soap or shampoo, and now you are roaming around with a trolley. Okay, people will call you like what he or she is doing, like it's just roaming around in the whole, you can say that that supermarket with just one trolley putting one thing, because it is, like you can say that it is unnecessary effort you are giving to that rod. Okay, so in the previous example we have seen that unnecessary, like it is something like it is very time consuming, but here if you choose a wrong data structure, in that case unnecessary effort you are making because you need to taking it through like in the whole store. Similarly, if you go to the book my show, in book my show, whenever you used to basically book any seat, or even if you are like going to red bus and you're booking any seat or like booking the bus or something like that, so what is happening, so at that point you know that the seating arrangement is something like a matrix form. Okay, now if you are doing this kind of thing, you know that you are making this application like book my show or any of this thing, then in that case you need to think of a data structure, which data structure works for me well. Now, looking at this figure, what do you think? Which data structure works here well for you? If you suppose you are building this application and now you need to put a bit data. So this is just an interface. But in the back end, we need to create a data structure. Okay. And accordingly, when you are booking this seat, then we need to mark in that data structure. What do you think? Which data structure will work here? Okay, matrix is fine, but what is the name of this data structure? What is the name of this data structure? Okay, so when you're saying array, like how array will work, yeah, multi-dimensional array. Okay, multi-dimensional array will work here. It's not like 1D array because in any sitting arrangement, you will find that like there are some rows and columns. And if you are creating that matrix, you need to create in the backend. And whenever a person is clicking on this, then we need to make that matrix that index is 1. Okay. So guys, this is a kind of an example which I was talking about. Now, generally, when we talk about like when we used to write code, okay, then what happened? One second. So basically, when we talk about like this is the data, now we got the data. Now we know that which data structure is works for me. Okay, so that is nice. So suppose if I give you an example. Now, if I ask you that you have like I'm giving you some words like oranges, and you need to tell me how many O's are there, how many R are there. Like you need to give me the count of each character. Then automatically your member will remember the hash map. Yeah, we can use hash map. Okay, because hash map is very good for like to keep a count of anything. Okay, when I'm talking about that, you need basically what you need to do is you need to find the sum of 10 random numbers. Okay, 10 random numbers. So random numbers, so that random numbers I will be providing you. Then your automatically your mind will come that okay, I can use array. In those array, in that array of size 10, I can put 10 random numbers. It totally depends upon the problem statement. Now, if I come to this flowchart, now you can see that why we use flowchart. Flowchart is something like a showing the complete flow of your program. Okay. Now, basically, so you can see that like this is something like a flowcharting thing. Okay. If you go in onto like if you go to internet and if you search for like flowchart from prime number, flowchart of finding sum and all this thing, you will find that okay how we are actually writing a flow of it. So now I'm coming to the algorithm part. Okay. Algorithm is a way to analyze data or perform tasks on it. So basically, previously we have already seen this thing, basically data structure. So data structure, data is done because we have stored our data. Now we need to apply the algorithm, and algorithm is something like we need to do analysis on this thing. So now, basically, if I tell you about mathematical operation, now suppose you want to do this mathematical operation, 45 into 11. Okay, it totally up to you. 45 and 11 you can store in any integer variable. You can choose the data structure. Okay, uh, according to your need. But I'm telling you that let's talk about the algorithm. Algorithm basically means what kind of thing we can perform on it. Now, if you want to do 45 into 11, there are two ways. Either you can use traditional method or Vedic method. So there are also another methods or also exist. Okay, Russian method, maths, like all these methods. But right now I'm talking about two things. Now, if you're doing a traditional method, then what will happen? You need to do like this is the general way how we used to do the multiplication, and this is the output which we get. But if you're applying Vedic math, then you can see that like your output is coming in this way. What it means is what it is showing is that it's not only about how the you are putting storing your data, but the second thing is after you have done with the decision that I have like used this particular data done. Now you will come to the algorithm, and your algorithm is to do the mathematical operation 45 into 11. And then in this case, you can see that how it is taking less time. Okay. So here what I'm showing is algorithm matters. If I take that same example, like the Big Bazaar one, and you came into the trolley, and now suppose you already know that what are the things which you want. Suppose you want 10 items and you picked a bucket. Okay. You picked a bucket that basically it is something like this. So suppose if you enter into the store and there are multiple shelves here, okay, there are multiple shelves here, and like this is number shelf number one, this is shelf number two, this is number shelf number four, and this is the place where you can roam around. And suppose this is the entry gate. And now suppose if you enter it, if you enter into this entry gate, now first decision which you need to make is which data structure you need to choose. Now you already have in your mind that I want to buy 10 items. So accordingly, you pick up one bucket. Okay, you picked the one bucket. So you have chosen your data structure. Now the 10 items which you want to buy, some items exist here, 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 here. Okay, so there are many ways how you can roam around in this one so that you will get these 10 items. So one way is what you can do is you can go in this way. One way is you can go in this way. The another way is what you can do is you can go in this way, you picked up two items, then you will go in this way. Then you picked up your item, then you go in this way. Like it totally depends upon. So that means after you have chosen your data structure, now it totally upon you what algorithm you are making. Algorithm basically means steps to perform that action. आप बिग बाजार आए क्यों थे? Why you have come to the big bazaar at the first place? Why? Because you need to buy things. Okay. So if you want to buy things, so it needs an algorithm. Getting it? So why algorithm matter and where data structure? Data structure is to store things like whatever operation you want to perform. But algorithm are the steps to complete that thing. So now this is the main example. So basically traditional way will take time, but Vedic maths are far faster and efficient. Now, if I take an example of exam paper, okay. So you know that like in exam paper, you are bound to get the data structure. It's not like you are choosing your data structure. Teachers are giving you same kind of answer sheet to everyone, okay, where you need to write your answer. Okay, data structure is defined. But when I'm talking about algorithm, so now suppose you are attempting the questions. You have a question paper and you're attempting the question. Many people will start answering the question paper from question number one, then question number two, then question number three. So it is their way of executing the algorithm. Algorithm basically to complete the task. Complete the task is finish the paper. Now the another way of solving the paper is other people will start from the last question. Question number 10 first, question number 9 first, question number 8 first, question number 7 first, question number 6 first. So in this way they are solving paper. Another way of solving this is that the person is actually making the choice according to this thing ki which question I know first. So suppose that person is knowing four questions first. Question number five, this first, seven first, nine first. And then in the end, it is actually trying to attempt those questions which is like remaining at the end. Okay, which is I'm less confident. Now tell me if you apply this approach, this approach, this approach, which approach is actually looking faster? If I'm saying this is A, B, and C, which approach is actually looking faster out of these three? Okay, so this C approach is looking faster. The C approach is looking faster. So basically, when you want to compare that which algorithm is best, always compare with time. Which algorithm is taking less time? Okay, so that is how we used to compute the basically this is how we used to compare that which algorithm is best for me. Okay, which algorithm is best for me? So it totally depends upon the time, which basically whatever you want to select. Time and space, like all this kind of a thing, you will learn in unit 2. Basically, how we used to do the computation of an algorithm, how we used to compute time of an algorithm. But right now, here I'm just giving you the layman terms. Ki here, whenever you will be choosing, you will be choosing based on the time only. Okay, which algorithm is giving fast? Google might have different algorithms to apply whenever they are applying search. Okay, when they are applying search, Google might have different algorithm. But why Google is using that particular algorithm? Because it is taking less time. Why? Because for their user, it is the time which is very important. It totally depend upon the different people, different needs. If I'm talking about Google, for Google, the main important thing is time and quality of output. Okay, these things are very important. But when I'm talking about banks, okay, when I'm talking about banks, time is not a priority. Security is the priority. Okay, it's something like it should be secure, like no one crack it, like all this kind of thing. अलग अलग लोगों के लिए अलग अलग रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. Okay, every person, every product has a different kind of a requirement. So basically here, like it totally depends. Now you can see that people will start attempting the question first to last, last to first, or randomly. Now suppose if I give you another algorithm, like suppose when you are playing tic-tac-toe with your friend, when you're playing tic-tac-toe with your friend, zero kata. So at that point, you might be following some algorithm, other point person might be following some algorithm. And how we can say that like which algorithm is best? It depends upon which person has actually win the game. That person who win the game, you can say that person is actually having a optimized algorithm. I'm not saying correct algorithm, I'm saying optimized algorithm क्योंकि उसके algorithm को कोई तोड़ सकता है. Okay. Similarly, in terms of chess, chess already has rules. When I'm talking about data structure, what is the data structure? Data structure is a board where you are playing the game. Okay. And now when the game will start, it totally depends who wins the game is having the optimized algorithm. When you're going to the restaurant, okay, so we generally used to follow some steps. Generally, we cannot call it under algorithm, but here just to understand, like first we used to order starter, then we start main course, this kind of a thing. Now, similarly, we have famous algorithm like Google Earth. Okay, Google Earth, like when you are using Google Maps to find the location, it is actually using some kind of brain to calculate the location, which one is shorter. When you are using UPI, so there is a QR algorithm. Okay, which what it is doing is it is doing the transition accordingly. So basically, similarly, when I'm talking about now, let's come to the T. Okay, what is our data structure? The pan, okay, water, and all this kind of thing which you will be going to use, mainly the pan. Now you know that like this is something like when I'm talking about algorithm are like some kind of a steps to perform that action. Add water, add some tea and sugar, add milk, heat for some time. So tell me, is this an algorithm? Is this an algorithm? Is this an algorithm to make tea? Okay. Why someone said not an algorithm? Okay, I'll just ask. Yeah, Megha, can you hear me?
Yes, I think it seems like a flow chart.
Okay, but like if I talk in a general way, na, so you can see that like when I'm talking about algorithm is just a sequence of instruction. Okay, so here you can see that add water, add some tea and sugar, add milk, heat for some time. You said like it is not an algorithm, but why? मतलब, मतलब, why you have this idea?
No, I just confused because according to me, I think it's like a flow chart. That is why I said it's doesn't seems like an algorithm.
Okay, okay, ठीक है, thank you. I'll
Thank you.
ask. Yeah. So, okay, some people also said no. Okay, so guys, like this is actually not an algorithm. Okay, so why this is not an algorithm? Because just imagine the situation. You ask your mom that, Mom, I want to make a tea. Okay, so now your mom said, थोड़ा पानी डाल ले, थोड़ा sugar डाल ले, थोड़ा चीनी डाल ले, something. But when she's saying thoda, what is this little means? When she's saying add some, what is that the definition of some? It is not clear. These instructions are not clear. So always remember that. Algorithm is precise instruction. It should be a precise instruction. And when she is giving algorithm in this way, where everything is precise, like this much of water, this much of thing, you need to add it, and every instruction is very precise, then you can call it an algorithm. Okay, it's not like any random thing you can call it an algorithm. It should be precise set of instruction. Okay, getting it? Now, as I mentioned here, algorithm is a precise set of instruction. And basically, this is a flow chart. You can see that like flow chart is we'll start, fill kettle, heat water, and we will check that whether water boiled. If not boiled, then we'll keep on heating it. So you can see that the loop will keep on running. And if when the water will boil, when the answer will yes, then it will make tea and stop. So this is how it will look like. And basically these are different problems which you can see because you have directly written the code. आपने directly code लिखा था इसका. Okay, so it's something like it will be like in this way. Let's come to the next one first. We'll see it later. Okay, so now basically when I'm talking about algorithms, let's try to understand the algorithm like with this example. Okay. So basically what we will do is I want to play a game. Like there is a game which I want to play with one of you, and please raise your hand who want to play this thing with me, because this will help you in very better manner like what is an actually an algorithm. Okay, yeah, hi Ritika.
Hi.
Okay, so Ritika, the game is something like this. Okay, I'm explaining you the rules. So the game is something like this. So basically I'm creating a board. Okay, I'm creating a board here. Now I'm creating 10 boxes here. Okay, so now you can see that there are 10 boxes.
Yes.
Okay, so now what I'm doing is I have two things. Like one is I'm selecting two markers, star and X. Tell me which you want to select.
Star.
Okay, star. So basically, how we're going to play this game is at every move, I can either can put one marker or two marker. Okay, so suppose like I'm just giving you a demo. Suppose I said, okay, I want to play first. So what I'll do is I'll put a one marker. Okay, I'll decide to put a two marker, suppose. Then you decide to put one marker. Okay, then I decide to put one marker again. Then you decide to put two marker. Okay, so basically we'll keep on doing this thing. Whoever will reach the end first will win the game. Getting it?
Yeah.
So here I'm removing it. Now, so do you want to go first?
Okay.
So how many times you want to put this marker your mark?
2 times.
Okay, so two times. Now I'm also going to put two times. Now tell me how many.
2 times.
Okay, I want to put one time now.
3 times.
No, three times. Either you have one or two attempts. You can only do this.
Okay, then I will use 2 times.
Okay, so basically you can see that like, now I won. Okay, many times it happens that every batch whenever I used to play this game, sometime I like win and sometime I lose. Don't worry, I am very expert with this game because I'm playing it from the last very many batches. But the main thing here is you can see that like this is a game which we created. Now, Ritika, just be in the call, okay? Because we'll continue this. Now, guys, let's do one thing. Okay, now you already aware of this game. Let's think of algorithms. Okay. Now let's create an algorithm. Suppose I am creating a kind of a program. Okay. And what this program will do, right now I was playing with Ritika, but now let's suppose like I'm working on a program which will play with me. Okay. So now you can see that there are player one and player two. Now here I'm defining the algorithm. Algorithm will matlab the set of steps. The algorithm will be like this. The player one algorithm is this. Whenever I'm using player one algorithm, it will put one marker every time. When I'm talking about player two algorithm, it will put two marker at every chance. So this is okay. So it will put one marker every time and it will this algorithm will do two marker in every chance. So if I show you like how the algorithm will look like the player one and player two, it's something like the game will start from here. So here I'm creating the algorithm. Now here, if I'm saying that, so this in this box, I'll put my condition. Okay. So basically what I need to do is if I like 1 second. If my remaining steps I'm writing. If my remaining steps is less than three, okay. If my remaining steps is less than three, so remaining three basically means अगर मैं यहाँ तक पहुंच चुका हूँ like if I'm playing the game and if I have done already this thing and if my remaining step is less than three and if it is true and if it is false basically means I am already अभी I am in the beginning अभी मैं in the middle मतलब अभी 3 steps से ज़्यादा steps I have available. That means more than 3 steps are available here. So in this case what I need to do, this algorithm will make one step at every point and then we will come to this one. And now what will happen if suppose last 3 steps is remaining, then in that case, what I will do is I will basically move that many number of times. Okay, not 3 steps because if S is less than 3, 1 second. हाँ, तो S less than 3 basically means अगर 2 होगा If two steps are remaining at the end, then in that case, I will do it. So I'll explain you again what I mean is. So basically, the first algorithm, player one algorithm will look like this. Player one algorithm, this player one algorithm will do is, it will make a move of one at every step. At every step, it will make a one move. Okay. It's something like a very straightforward algorithm. Now I'm talking about player two algorithm. What player two algorithm will do? It will make a move of two at every step. Every step, it will make a decision of I will move two times. Now, if I create a flowchart for this, the flowchart will be like this. Start. Now I'll come to this one. Now here I'm creating this bracket and I'm saying that if my remaining step, is less than 3, what it means is कि when I and Ritika was playing this game, then at some point what will happen, s less than Steve means initially I was having 10 steps. I was having 10 chances. Okay. So now when I was playing this game, so now you can see that one chance has actually gone. So at some point when this condition will true, basically what it means is 2 is less than true. Okay. So basically 2 less than true basically means when I will be having last two chance will be remaining. Okay. जब दो चांस आखिरी में बच जाएंगे, then at that point what I will do is there will be true and false. Now if आखिरी में, if at the end like there are two chances remaining, then obviously I will move two steps. Okay, then why I will move one step? So this algorithm is saying that okay, I will move one at every chance, but if I reach to the last point and if I have two steps remaining, then I will make a two move. So here what I'll do is I'm saying here is, so here I'm saying that if my last two steps are, if I have not reached to the last one, then if it is false, then in that case I will move my step one. Okay. Now the second algorithm is saying that I will start two, and here what will happen if it is true, then definitely I will make a move of two, and basically move of it totally depends. Okay, it totally depends whether I need to make a move of one or two. If I reach to the last two steps, then you can see that here my game will stop. Okay, like Ritika got it.
Yeah.
Now tell me the algorithm for this one, the second one, where it need to make a move of two at every step.
We will start,
Ah,
and then when remaining will be less than 3,
right. When remaining step will be less than 3,
then it can move 2 steps. S is equals to S plus 2.
false, it will make two steps because it has not reached to the end.
Yeah.
Okay. What if it is true?
If it is true, then uh, it will only move 1 step.
Either it will move one step or two step. It depends because it has already reached to the like ending point. Na? Less
Yes.
than 3 basically. Either it will be at the like this place where two steps are left, or either it will be at the like one step. So it totally depends.
Then it will stop. Yeah.
Okay. And then finally the algorithm will stop. Okay.
Yes.
ठीक है. So now अब basically what we will do is we will play this game again, but now it's not like you don't need to apply your mind. You only need to use the same algorithm. Now tell me which algorithm you want to choose for your game. Algorithm 1 or algorithm 2? Which algorithm you want to select? Ritika, can you hear me? I think there is some network issue. Okay. ठीक है, so I'll play this game with Sonam. Sonam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so you understood the problem statement now, what I was explaining.
Yes, a little.
अच्छा,
Yes.
where you got it? Tell me.
Sir, I can't this remaining step less than 3. So
Okay, so basically what I'm saying here is like, जैसे if I just play this game, okay, now here suppose I'm playing this game with algorithm 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, now 10 steps. Now basically suppose I have 1 star, and now I'm playing this algorithm with this algo 1. Just forget algo 2 for now. Now in the beginning, when I'm talking about remaining step, so what is remaining step right now? How many remaining step in this case? So there are 10 steps abhi, because all the blocks are empty.
yes, sir.
Now what happened? I'll put my marker here. I'll put my marker here. So this is my marker. Now the remaining step will be 9. Now this algorithm will work. So because I'm playing with computer, so what it will happen? It will go in this one start, and it will check that the remaining step is less than 3. So 9 is less than 3.
Mm, it's less than 3.
No. So
Sir.
if it is false, so it will make a s equal to s plus 1. So it will make a move of 1. Now what I'll do is this step will decrease to 8. Now I'll make a 2 move of 2. Now this remaining step will decrease to 6. Now 6 is less than 3.
No, sir. It's false.
So it will again make a 1 move. It will again make a 1 move. Now again, if it is making a 1 move, then remaining step will be 5. And again, I'll make a move of 2. So if I'm making a move of 2, now last value will be 3. Okay. Now what will happen? At this point, 3 is less than 3.
Condition false.
Condition false. So 3 is in 3, it will again make a move of 1 only. Okay. Now I reach to the basically last. So I reach to the last. Now here what I'll do, I'll make a move of 1. So here 1 step is remaining. Now I'll come to this algorithm. Now you can see that 1 is less than 3. So that is false. That is true.
True.
So in this case, if it is true, so in this case, either we can make this move, it depends. So here here the computer will make this move, because it computer knows that if I make this move, then I will be win. Okay, but it might also possible that ना, ये भी तो possible था कि computer basically computer को यहाँ पे chance मिलती, मतलब suppose यहाँ पे I have played it, suppose if I यहाँ played it, and now computer need to make this decision. So at this place, the remaining step will be 2, and 2 is less than 3.
Yes, sir.
True.
True.
At this space, the computer, which move computer will choose?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Like first one or second one?
Yes, sir. First one.
No. अभी देखो ना, so 2 मूव खोल के जीतेगा वो.
So second one.
Second one, because it knows that I need to make 2 moves, so it will make s equal to stop. Okay, now we'll do the same thing now, but here we'll be using the algorithm only. Now you need to tell me which algorithm you want to choose.
First, sir.
You want to choose first algorithm. Okay. Okay. So now let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. So basically here I'll write remaining steps. Okay. So there are total remaining steps are 10. So you will be using this first algorithm. So let's do one thing. Up basically first you want to go first?
No, sir.
Okay, so okay, I'll go first. So here in this case, I'll go to my algorithm will start, and now I will check that whether 10 is less than 3, so that is false. If it is false, then s equal to s plus 2. Okay, and I think ये ना s equal to s plus 2 की जगह ना s minus 2 रखें तो ठीक रहेगा, क्योंकि हम डिक्रीज करेंगे ना इसमें से. ठीक है, बट अगर प्लस 2 भी है तो जस्ट इमेजिन दैट कि ओके वी आर इंक्रीमेंटिंग दिस. Okay, now what I'm doing is, now what I'll do is I will decrement this 2 value, या फिर ठीक है, clarity के लिए what I'll do is I'll put it minus because here in the remaining step I'm doing the decrement. So instead of here I'm decrementing minus, minus, minus. Okay. So now what I'll do is here my chance will start. So remaining step 10 is less than 3. So that is false. So basically I'll make a move of 2. So here I'll make a move of 2. Okay, so it will become 8. Now your chance.
So 1, sir.
Okay. So basically what is the so 8 is less than 3, that is false.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically when your chance will come, now what you need to do is आपको क्या करना है? आपको यहाँ से आना है, आपको बोलना है that you need to just say this thing. Okay, the remaining step is 8. 8 is less than 3, false. So I'll move like one more step. So here your one more step will move, and here I'm making the mark. Okay, so you need to repeat me like as I'm saying. So just when my chance is coming. Now at this my chance, it will start from this one, and remaining step is less than 3. So 7 is less than 3. That is false. So I will make a 2 move. So 7 minus 2, that is 5. So I'll make a 2 move. Now
So
you're done.
5 is less than 3. So I move 2 chance.
No.
So
Why 2? क्योंकि आपकी algorithm तो
it's
एक ही
minus
वाली है.
1.
Okay. So 4 and you will make 1 chance. Now in my turn, 4 is less than 3. That is false. So I'll make a 2 move. I'll make a move of 2. So here I'll decrease 2 value and here I'll make the move of 2. Now you are done.
So 2 is less than 3. Condition is true. Then I move 2 chance.
Right. So you win. So this is how you can see that like in this game when while we were playing, we were not applying our mind. It's something like we were only following the algorithm. Okay. And now this is how what we are doing is we are actually हम दो algorithms को लड़ा रहे हैं. Okay. We are actually making these two algorithms, making them fight. And similarly, you can come up with any kind of algorithm. Any algorithm you can create, and any algorithm can play with the another one. So this is how the algorithm actually works. Okay. Guys, I hope you understood the idea, like what I'm talking about. Okay. What are algorithms actually? So this is how actually algorithm works. And if you have even the idea, so in that case, what will happen? Like you can play on your own. So this is your homework. What you can do is just come up with your algorithm and tell your friend that I want to like just let's play a game with you. And it's not like you're saying that I will apply my mind. You say that I believe my algorithm works very well. Okay. So this is how this thing actually works. So this is all about data structure and algorithm. Okay. I hope you understood this thing. Okay, like what is data structure and algorithm thing. Now, generally, when I'm talking about data structure and algorithm, so here what we will be focusing on is, or even in your future courses, till this point, you have learned like all the programming tools and different kind of problems you have already solved. Now, the main thing is ki whenever we have something like a problem. Now, in the problem, first we used to look for the what are the given thing, what are the given element. Abhi tak till this point, what was happening is we were giving you the problem. Okay, we were giving you the problem, and we also telling you that this is the array problem. We were also telling you that this is a string problem. So basically, for that problem, we are already mentioning this thing. Ki these are the things which you need to apply. Okay, so it's something like with problem, we are also giving you the approach. But from this point, you will see that you have a problem. Now you need to put your thought process. Okay, okay, what are the ways we can solve this problem? Okay. And now it's something like you are seeing this problem as a whole. If suppose in this problem it is given an array, then you need to apply some approach. If suppose it is a string, then you need to think, okay, what we can do to solve it. Okay, so now I'm coming to the next topic. So that next topic is S key. Okay. So basically, when I'm talking about ASCII, what ASCII means is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, so basically, it is a standard. It is actually a standard. It is actually a standard developed in 1960s. It is a standard developed, created in basically by this, I think this foundation, something organization in 1960s. So what this actually used to do is, it is the standard of representing a text, representation of text in computers, representation of text in computers, representation of text in computers. Okay, so now when I'm talking about like if I give you an example, you already know that whenever you like if I talk about alphabet letters, so it starts with A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, now it will go till up to Z. Now you know that computer don't understand this thing. Like when you directly say A, B, C, like how a machine will understand this thing? A computer only talks in terms of bytes, bits, like in these binary languages, like 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. You can say that at the end, computer can understand numbers. Computer can understand numbers, but how the computer can understand these characters? So what this organization, like what this SKI has done is, they actually given a standard code, standard integer value to them. And they said ki if we are talking about this A, so you can see that when I'm talking about capital A, so that means we are talking about the number 65. When I'm talking about this B, capital B, so that means capital 66. For all characters, what they have given is they have actually given a standard code to them, standard integer value. Now, what will happen is when you are actually telling computer to print C, so it's something like in the back end, basically computer is interpreting it with this 67 value, this 68 value. Similarly, your small letters are also standardized. Small letter has a value 97. Okay, your dollar, your and, like all these characters are standardized. Whatever is present in your keyboard, okay, all will be having some standard values. So this is how computer will interpret this thing. And this is a standard thing. It's something like even when you're using your mobile phone. So it is also using the ASCII standard. Okay. This is known as ASCII standard or ASCII values. ASCII standard. So basically we used to call it as ASCII value. When I'm talking about now, what is the ASCII value of B? So the ASCII value of B is 98. What is the ASCII value of this? So the ASCII value of this is this. So if I just take you to 1 second. Now, if I just share my screen and just show you, you can see that like this is ASCII, and ASCII is something like American Standard Code for Information Exchange, is the most common character encoding format for text data in computer. ASCII encodes their unique values 128 alphabet numeric. So if I just take you to Wikipedia, so you can go through this American Standard Code for Information Exchange. And this is for computer devices and everyone. And for every value, they have given something, they have given some value. So you can see this, like for not, there is a, like this kind of a value is there. Okay. And this is a decimal value right now I'm talking about. So if you come to this one, A is 65, B is 66, C 67, less than, equal to, less than, every character has some kind of a ASCII value. Okay. So basically, whenever we are typing this, so how computer is understanding this, that you are talking about this, it is through the basically ASCII values. So this is how you can see that like you will find all the ASCII value here. Okay. So now अब basically इसका मतलब क्या है? First of all, I want to tell you this thing. ASCII is like a DNA. ASCII is like a DNA. Okay. So basically, you already know that when we used to talk about DNA is actually a building block of life. Building block of life. Okay. Similarly, we have ASCII. So ASCII is the basic building block of representing text. Block of representing text. Representing text. So what it means is representing text in computers. So when if suppose there are two computers, okay, suppose when there are two computers. So suppose if there is one computer and it is sending some value to this another one computer. So basically, if this computer sends a value 65, then this computer will understand that, okay, you are talking about the value character A. So this through this 65 understand that, okay, you are talking about this A. So this is how something like this. Now I'll just show you in code how basically it look like. So here I'll write Java. Now you can see this. What I'll do is I'll remove this thing. Now I'll write char ch equals to A. Char ch equals to A. So I put one character here. Now, if I just print this, now in that case, what will happen? This character will get printed. Now, if what I'll do is I will write ASCII value equal to, if I just write ch, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm inserting this ch into this ASCII value integer. So what will happen? The computer will understand that, oh, you are want to put this ch into this integer value. So in that case, I know that what is the ASCII value of it. So automatically it will give the ASCII value of system.out.println. So I will write ASCII value of A is, then I'll write ch. Then I'll write, sorry, ASCII value. And here if I write, if I execute this code, let's see what will happen. ASCII value of A is 65. Okay. Automatically computer internally converting this basically this character into the integer. What it is doing is because computer already have this mapping that when you're talking about A, I know that you're talking about 65. Okay, in terms of integer. Similarly, if I just copy this thing, if I write here, so if I write int ASCII value equal to 68. 68, chalo, if I'm talking about 66, 66 is B. 66 is B. I'll write ASCII value 2. So if I'm writing ch2 equal to ASCII value 2, ASCII value 2. Now in that case, what will happen? When you're talking about ASCII value 66 and when I'm inserting into ch2, let's see what will happen. Here I'll just print the ch2. Okay, so basically here 66 is the B value of B, capital B. Now here I'm directly given the ASCII value to ch2. So let's see what will happen here. So when I'm printing this ch2, let's see what will happen. Okay. 1 second. If I'm printing in this way, then in that case, then what I need to do ना, ये ऐसे नहीं होगा फिर. So basically मैं ऐसे ना करके ऐसे ना करूँ, तो what I'll do is, आप क्या करो, print the ASCII value, print the ASCII value to, and before that, like suppose if I run this code, let's see what will happen. So in this way, what will happen? You can see that 66 is getting printed. Now before that, what I'll do, I'll put a char in bracket. So basically this is the way, like from ASCII to, like I can directly put this character into ASCII value, but since character is a small data type के अंदर बड़े data type की value we cannot put. Okay, that's why it is giving an error. That what you are doing is, character is a small data type, integer is a bigger data type. It is same like when you are trying to put inside integer a double value, because double it will give you an error because integer is a smaller data type. Similarly, character is a smaller data type. In that smaller data type, you cannot put a bigger value. So it is something like this. So when I'm talking about the data type size, so ch is having a small size, integer is having a bigger size, double is having a bigger size. So it is something like this according to the sizes. And if you try to insert this into this, so that is acceptable. But if you try to insert this into this, then it is not acceptable. Okay, so that's why it was giving an error. But right now, what I did is I'm actually putting a char here. So what it will do is in a bracket, automatically it will try to print the character value of it. Let's see what will happen. So you can see that B is actually getting printed. You can see that B is getting printed. So this is how like ASCII value is actually working. So basically that is the main example. Now I'll show you like you can also run a loop in this one. You can also run a loop this one. So when I'm talking about problem 1, so here if I write for, and suppose I want to run a loop from char a, and char should be less than equal to z. So you can also write this ch plus plus. Okay, and sorry. So here this is char ch, and here inside this, what I'll do is int ASCII equal to ch. I'm putting this value inside this system.out.println, and if I just print the ASCII value. So let's see what will happen. So if I try to insert this thing into this one, so what will happen? Ch is less than equal to z. Sorry, यहाँ पे it should be a semicolon. Now you can see that 65 to 90 value is actually getting printed. Okay. Similarly, I can copy this code and I can write it here, and I will write small a to small z. $65 से लेके 122 तक. Because 65 to 90 is actually this, and 97 to it is actually following the 122 this. So these are the value for capital small a and small j. So this is how you can basically print the value of it. Now, if you want to do the vice versa of it, then how will you do it? Problem 2.java. So here what I'll do is CH की जगह I लिख लेते हैं. I is actually starting from 65 and let's start from 32 and it will go till I less than equals to 126 and here you can see that I plus plus. So here what I'll do is system.out.println and here I'll print the value of I and before I what I'll do I'll put the char. So I'll remove this. So you can see that what I'm doing is I'm trying to print the character value of it. Java problem2 dot Java. So let's see what will happen. So you can see that like this is the values, all the values are getting printed from 32 to like all the characters A, B, C, D, E, F, G because I'm trying to print. So this is the generally our SKY series is starting from 32 and goes to 126. All the character will get covered in this place. Okay, getting it? Getting it? Now I'll show you a very interesting thing. Now I'll show you a very interesting thing. Problem3.java. अब इसको लेके how you can play with characters. So I'll just show you. If I write problem 3 here, now what you need to do is basically what I'll do is here I'll remove this one and I'll create a lowercase character. Okay, and lowercase character is small a. Now what I'll do is since this is lowercase character, now I want to convert into a basically an uppercase. Okay, I want to convert it into a uppercase. So basically what I'll do is I'll write char uppercase equals to. अब now what I'll do is basically अब just देखो. If I tell you like what is the value of capital A? What is the value of capital A? That is 65. If I tell you what is the value of capital A, small a, that is 97. Okay. Now, if in this 97, suppose if I remove 32, what is the value? 7 minus 2, that is 5, 9 minus 3, that is 65. That means if I minus 32 into this, then I will get this 65 value, correct? So basically what I'll do is, since I know that this is the SKY value it is taking in the backend. So in that case, what I will do is, I will write here lowercase, okay, and in the lowercase, what I will do is I will minus 32. Okay, it will take the what I'm doing here is I'm subtracting minus 32 from here, and what I will do is I will also, let's try to see whether it will get printed or not. System.out.println and here I'll write uppercase. Okay, so if I just so if your output is actually not coming, if your output is not coming in this format, then you need to tell your system that okay, like when you're doing the subtraction, okay, please do in the format of character. So here I'm doing character, like I'm putting the character in this way. So when you write this character in this way, so it is a way of telling to the computer, oh, don't think like in this manner. You are performing a character with an integer operation. You need to do the calculation, but in terms of character value. Okay. So if I just now, if I execute it, now what will happen? So you can see that capital A has come. Okay. Getting it? So similarly, you can play around with this more thing. So suppose if I'm saying that upper equals to Okay, now suppose I want to do the, I'm writing directly char equal to, and here I'll write the capital A. Okay, and in this capital A, if I add 32 in this, so here I'm telling my computer, using this, I'm telling my computer, key, okay, whenever you're doing the calculation, but remember one thing, I'm doing in terms of like character level. Okay, do it, everything, whatever you're doing it at a character level. Now, if I just write this, ch like up. So what will happen when you will add capital A plus 32? That means you are talking about the small, you're talking about this thing, the small letter. So if I execute this, let's see what will happen. So automatically it will convert into small a. So this is how you can play around with this thing. Okay. And just I'll show you one code. Now I'll show you a very beautiful thing. I think you have already solved this question. Okay. So suppose if I'm writing string str equals to hello world. Now you need to convert this hello world into the capital letter thing, into capital letters, capital letter hello world. So what I'll do is I will run a loop int I equal to 0, I less than str dot length. Okay, I equal to str dot length or I plus plus. So basically here I'm running the loop in this str. So what I'll do is I'll get the character here. How I'll get the character? Str of I. Now I got my character. Now what I'll do is I'll take another string which will be containing a capital letter string str2, which will be an empty string. Now here I'll get the character value from this ch1 str of I. From this I will get the character. Now what I will do is I will write str2 equals to str2 plus. Okay, तो पहले मैं क्या करता हूँ, I'll convert into uppercase, upper. So how I can calculate into uppercase? I will write char, I will write str of I. Okay, and if I want to calculate it into the basically the capital one, then just subtract minus 32. If you are subtracting minus 32, then in that case, what will happen? Automatically, I think हम str directly निकाल सकते हैं, dot caret लगाना पड़ेगा. Sorry. This is not a direct thing, because whenever we used to fetch something from string, it will be caret. So I'll write 0. So here I'm getting the character. Now in this ch, what I'll do is I will subtract minus 32. Now I got my uppercase. Now I will add str2 equal to str2 equal to str2 plus up. Okay. Now let's try to print this string. Let's see what will happen. System dot out dot println str2. So Java problem sorry, str of one second. क्या syntax था इसका? str dot char at I ना? What is this sun does in module job does not exist to the unnamed module? ये कहाँ से आ गया? Now if I execute it, let's see what will be my output. Now guys, you can see that what is happening is hello world is coming. But now tell me why space is not get considered. Why space is not getting considered? Because in that case, I need to check here, like what is the value for space? Space का मुझे यहाँ पे check करना पड़ेगा, like what is the SKY value for space or something. Okay. So basically the point here is we need to consider about that case, like when it is not space. Okay, is it 0? Check. Okay. ठीक है, तो शायद मतलब 0 के लिए, हाँ, this one 32 is the value. So if I subtract 32 with 32, then it will give me 0 value. Okay, so that is the problem. So basically what I need to do is when I'm running my loop, then I'll check that if str of I is not equal to space, is not equal to space. अगर space नहीं है, then keep on doing this. So here I'll write else, and here I'll write else, or if it is coming, then add just space. Dot char at I. अगर ये space नहीं है, if it is not space. Then automatically what will happen? If I run this, let's see what will happen. So you can see that like hello world is coming now with this space, because at point when it is not taking the space, so in this case it is converting everything into the uppercase. But when the space is coming, then I'm explicitly adding the space here. Okay, so like, is it beautiful or not? Like playing with. Arijit, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. अब देखो, basically what is in
Yes, sir.
Sky book, like when I'm talking about Sky, this thing, this sheet,
Yes, sir.
according
Yes,
to
sir.
this Sky, like when I'm talking about small a, the small a value is 97. When
Okay,
I'm
sir.
talking about capital A, it is 65. So let's forget HELLO. For now, if I'm talking about small a, if I want to convert into capital A, so can I minus 32?
Yes, sir. We can.
I will get 65.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, capital B value is 66.
66.
Small b value is 98. If I
Right, sir.
subtract minus 32, then I will get 66.
66. Correct, sir.
Similarly, HELLO, okay, that's why I'm doing the subtraction, because I want to convert into the capital.
Okay, sir. So, yes. Okay, sir. Get it, sir.
Got
Okay,
it?
sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, yeah. So basically, this is the thing. This is why we are doing it. And now you can play it around like more, and you will understand this key, how this thing is working. Now, guys, I want to tell you about a very interesting problem. Okay. So this problem is known as substring problem. Okay. Okay, so basically, first of all, there is one topic which I want to tell you about first, that is known as brute force. Brute force. Okay, brute force, like mainly we'll be solving these questions, the question on brute force tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But right now, what I'm saying here is कि when I'm talking about brute force, so what is brute force? Okay, so I'll start with an analogy. Imagine that your great grandmother, okay, left a treasure chest, left a treasure chest for you. Okay, it might contain some gold and like few things for you. So now imagine that there is a lock here. There is a lock here, and this lock is containing three digits, and this lock is adjustable. Each lock can contain 0 to 9 value. It is something like a rolling lock. Okay, 0 1 2 3, you can move around it, and you need to put a passcode here. So you need to put a right passcode here, and if you put the right passcode, then the lock will get open. Now you don't know the password, then what you will do is, what is the layman thing which you can do? What you will do is you will try to find out each patterns. So what you will do is you will first try 0, 0, 0. Then you will try 0, 0, 1. Then you will try 0, 0, 2. Then you will try 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0, 7, 0, 0, 8, 0, 0, 9. Then this is not working. Then 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, sorry. 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1 will remain same. It's something like 2, 3, 4. So in this way, you will try to figure out all the patterns. Getting it? You will try to figure out all the patterns. So this approach, how you're solving this problem, is known as brute force. Brute force is something like when you don't know the exact thing, what is the layman thing which you will do? Suppose you unable to find your mobile phone. Okay. So what you will do is, and there are suppose 3 rooms. So what you will do, you will search in first room. Then you will move to the second room. Then you will move to the third room. So it is something like how you are following the approach. But what is the optimized way? What is the optimized way of solving this problem? The optimized way of solving this problem is, what you will do is you will think of, okay, I have like these many numbers. Okay. So from this numbers, you will try to deduct all those numbers like which is having less probability. You will say that, okay, your grandmother, it's something like, okay, this is a log, and you got heard from your mom that like your great grandmother has given the hint to your mom that the sum of the number should be 15, or you can say that 9. Okay, the sum of the number should be 9. So what you will do, you already know that 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, all these number will not work, because when you add all these digits, 0 plus 0 plus 5, it is not giving 9. This is not 9, this is 9. So this might be the possibility. So you will, what you are doing, you are deducting all those cases. So this is something like you are applying some optimized approach. Similarly, if you like the same example which I've given you, suppose you are unable to find your phone in the house. So what you will do is you will try to think is, what is the last, like what was the last room, and when was the last time I was using my phone at that time, like I was at which place. So this is something like optimized solution. But generally, you need to understand in terms of programming, this is expected from you that you will be able to solve a problem using brute force. It is expected that you should know the brute force solution. क्योंकि brute force is a बिल्कुल layman thing like which you can think of. Optimized thing you will learn later in the courses, like in the unit 2, unit 3, where you will be learning optimized approach of solving some problem. There are standard way, but brute force is the basic version, basic one of it. Now, the first problem which I'll be taking is in the brute force is substring problem, generating substring. Now let's see what I mean by substring. Now, if I take a Masai word, MASAI, now I need to generate all the substring from this one. So what is the substring? So what I will do is, if I want to generate all the substring, so first is M, then MA, then MAS, then MASA, then MASAI. Now let's start with A, AS, ASA, ASAI. Now let S, SA, SAI. Now A, AI, and the last one is I. So these are known as like total substring which you have generated. If I count how many substrings are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So there are total 15 substrings. Getting it? So there are total 15 substrings which are actually coming from this one. Now what your task is, generate the substring for this hello. Quickly generate the total substrings for hello. Okay. So, guys, like if I want to generate this like whole string, these substring. So if I just write H E H E L H E L L H E L L O E E L E L L E L L O. So L O. Okay, so L O here O. So these are my substring which will be generated from this one. Now, if I want to solve this problem, then how can I? So I'll take the example of Messiah only. Okay. Now, what we will do is basically we'll again take the help of father and son to solve this problem. Now, in this one, what we will do is basically we need to collect all this substring. So suppose if I just write MAS, MASAI, and here I'll just write the next one ASA. So basically this is so on, like we can write in this way, in this manner. Now let's see. देखो, अब basically what we will do is here if I'm talking about M. So father will be standing here. Okay. And now what it will do is it will ask like his son that what you need to do is you need to run around in this one. So father is actually standing here and it will ask son, okay, son, just stand here. Now, in this case, what we will do is now when father and son is here, so what we will do is we'll do the collection. Now, when the son is actually coming here, so basically what we will do is अब यहाँ पे ना basically we'll be needing another one. We'll be needing actually the another variable that is known as chotu. Okay, chotu will be helping us in solving this problem. So in this one, how the chotu will help? So father will be standing here, and you know that father cannot move around a lot. So son will be standing here. Now, when father and son will set his position, then chotu will come and chotu will collect thing into the bag. Chotu will be having a bag, and in that bag, chotu will collect this thing, whatever the from father to son. Now he will collect M. Okay. Now after that, son will change the position. Now from father to son, again Chotu will collect the things from bag. So what it will collect? It will collect M and A. So now you can see that MA. Now after son again change the position. Now you can see that son will actually move from MAS. So now Chotu is actually will start moving from MAS. Okay, Chotu will start from father to son position and he will collect MAS into the bag. Now son will change the position. And now in this one, what will happen? Chotu will again come, it will collect MASA. Now you can see that MASA is done. Similarly, sun will change the position, sun will move to this one, and Chotu will collect the things from MASA to I. Now everything is done. Now what will happen? Here, basically, father will change the position. Father will change the position. Father will change the position. So father will come this place to this place. Now son will again start from this place. Chotu will be ready from his bag for his bag. Now again father to son, Chotu will collect the things. Now son will change the position. Now Chotu will come, start from father to son, AS. So in this way, you can see that like father and son will be moving and Chotu is actually collecting things from the bag from where to where, father to son. Okay. Now let's see from where to where the father loop is running. You already know that father loop will always be in outside. MASAI. So if I write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So father is actually starting from here. And father will keep on changing his position. You know that later after some point. So father generally is moving from 0 to 5. And when sun was there, so sun was actually moving. Now, sun at every time when father was actually standing here, you already know that when father was here, then sun was moving from here to here, basically 0 to 4. So you can see that, like, sorry, 0 to 5, 0 to 4 yoga. 0 to 4, and sun is actually running For every time when wherever the father was standing, son was running. Son. So father is actually in the outer loop and son is in the inner loop. Now, when son was there, so every time whenever the son was there, so Chotu was running from father to son. So we have also another variable that is known as Chotu. Chotu, wherever the father is standing, and he is running from father to son. Okay, so this is how you can see that like substring will get collected. Now I'll show you. 1 second. So basically, now you can see that here I'm saying generate all substring. So basically, we need to generate all substring of Aman. Okay. Now this is something like generate all substring of M. Now what we will do is, you can see that here I've written 0 to 4. 0 to 4 basically means N, length of the string, N. So for, here I'll write int I father will start from 0. And for father will be less than equals to, so length is 4. 4 basically means now we need to move n minus 1. N minus 1. Why n minus 1? Because str dot length minus 1. Because if length is 4, then it means it will go to 0 to 3. Father plus plus. Now here I'll take a son, int son. Son will always start from father position. So you can see that son is always, because when father has changed the position, जब father ने अपनी position change करी, when father actually changed the position, then son actually started from here. So that means son is every time starting from wherever the father was standing at that point. So son will start from father and son will go till end, goes to n minus 1 and son plus plus. Now there will be a Chotu. And Chotu. So Chotu will equal to, he will start from father and Chotu will go till son. So there are 3 loops you can see. Chotu is less than going to son and Chotu plus plus. Now we need to understand one thing. Whenever the Chotu is running, Chotu will be having one bag with him. And every time when the Chotu will run, he will be running with the empty bag. So bag equal to bag plus str of char at Chotu. So every time Chotu is actually collecting this string. And when Chotu is actually done with his task, then he will print the string. Then he will print the bag. And every time when the Chotu loop will start, so the bag should be empty. Now if I run this code, so you can see that all the Aman, like all this thing will get printed. If I, instead of Aman, if I write Masai, and if I write 5, so you can see that all the Masai is actually getting printed. Getting it? So this is how I have written the father using father son. I have generated all the substrings. Getting it? You just need to understand this story and whole thing is done for you. So this is a kind of a brute force approach because we are running just everything. We are just printing everything. This is the layman thing which you can think of. एक से शुरू करो, just print everything. Okay. Got it, everyone? Yes, Abhijit.
Sir, I was asking that how much we allowed in brute force to how much method we are allowed in the brute force, sir?
ब्रूट फोर्स का यार एक ही तरीका होता है एक्चुअली.
For loop.
ब्रूट फोर्स, हाँ ब्रूट फोर्स में यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. अभी यू डोंट नीड टू मतलब गो इन डेप्थ ऑफ ब्रूट फोर्स. ब्रूट फोर्स विल टॉक इट लेटर. Right, today I was
Okay.
just giving you the overview. Okay, every method, whatever problem we are solving in the past, जो भी हमने solve किया, everyone was brute force.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, optimized you will understand later, like in unit 2, like what is the meaning of optimization. But right now, every approach, whatever we are going, it is brute force. But you understood the logic of this problem?
Yes, sir. I got that, sir.
Acha, just one more minute, just wait.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
can also solve this problem one more way. If I remove this chotu thing, ठीक है? So I'll write system.out.println. Now we have a function in basically in this substring in this string. So if I write str dot substring,
Yes,
so this
sir.
is the inbuilt function. And if you just directly give the position of father and son, ठीक है? उसके लिए फर्स्ट आई नीड टू चेक, मुझे एक चीज चेक करनी पड़ेगी इसमें,
फैजल सर ऐसे ही
दैट
बताए थे हमें ये वाला एक्चुअली।
किसने?
फैजल सर ने।
अच्छा, ये दिस क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड.
यस सर।
Okay, so one second. So if I'm writing system.out.println, and if you need to do str.substring, I just need to check कि कहाँ से कहाँ print करता है. Okay, so if I am writing 2 to 4, okay, according to me it should print this thing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 2 3 4, like LLO should print. Let's see what will happen, then I'll get to know. So Java problem 5.java. So you can see that LL is getting printed. That means it is not taking the 4. That means it is not taking the 4. Okay, it is only going till 2 3. So that means if I am writing here, अगर मैं यहाँ पे रह रहा हूँ, मतलब कुछ भी लिख रहा हूँ, so the loop is starting from 2, it is taking 3, but it is not taking the last index. So that means if I'm coming here, so I just need to write father son plus 1, because I want that it should go from father to son. Okay, getting it? Now if I run it, let's see what will happen. Now you can see that Masai is getting printed. Okay, so this is also the same thing, but remember that since you are at your beginner stage, you need to use the whole thing because it will give you better clarity. अभी inbuilt function को के dependence में मत रहना. Okay, inbuilt function is doing everything for me. This is not a good thing. So now you can say it is accepted. So guys, this is how we have seen the like DSA part, and we've also seen some problem on SKI. This is known as SKI actually. And now the third thing is the substring one. Similarly, from next 2 days, we'll be seeing only problems. Okay, what are the different ways of solving the same problem? So yeah, that's all, because you have already done with your programming, and we also learned some basic concepts around it. ठीक है, okay, thank you everyone, take care, all the best,
थैंक यू सर।
farewell, bye.